Welcome to 13 Minutes of Gig News in 13 minutes or less. So, the story that I was going to go with today was one that I've already talked about this week, but I wanted to get into a little more clarity, which is the DoorDash stealing $17 million worth of tips. But instead, I'm going to wait on that story because a couple other states are about to file the same motion. Again, let me at least put out the dates, though. If you live in a state that isn't California, Illinois, New York, or a state that's already looking into suing DoorDash for these dates I'm about to give you, just know these are the only dates you need to know. Get them to your senators, to your lawmakers, to your council people. Make sure that they are kicked up the ladder because every state that had DoorDash operational between these dates is owed who knows how many millions, but several millions at the bare minimum. I mean, we saw Illinois get 30-some million. We just saw New York get 17 million. So between May of 2017 and September of 2019, if DoorDash was operational in your state should be suing DoorDash for millions of dollars, if not in the tens of millions of dollars. So if you need help, steve@ridesharerodeo.com. Email me and I will help you get in touch with your state legislators. Also, it's good for us to form those bonds because a lot of states are about to pass some legislation and we'd like it to be something better like transparency and not reliant on a little upped version of a minimum wage that, in fact, by doing that and relating it to active time can fall way below the real minimum wage. But let's get into what I do want to talk about today because RiCO investigation has been going on Uber Eats in Nevada for a little bit now, but it takes a while to put a RiCO together. I've said this comment a couple other times. This RiCO is moving at an incredible rate, and I'm checking in with it both through the DoorDash connection that I have now who actually works at DoorDash, who's kind of more clarifying things that I'm digging into and helping me with that. Am I in the right direction? Is this correct? And sometimes I don't get the answers exactly I want, but I'm getting answers that are making sure I don't stray off in the wrong directions. But I want to talk about this because that RiCO investigation is all based on a Henderson, Nevada incident where, I mean, it's incidents around the country, but the RiCO case started because of this one specific one. And I've spoke about it before. But the RiCO case is looking into Uber Eats. As we know, the RiCO case would apply to all gig apps. Once they get it on any gig app, they will have the right to dig into every gig app and see if in any way you're violating that, because that's how RiCO works. So think of it like, the crime families. When a RiCO was dropped on one, they could look into all the other crime families for the same things. So think of the gig economies as crime families. I don't think that's a far stretch either. Think of them as crime families. And that if one of them falls in a RiCO, the rest of them are going to be interrogated under those same terms. So Uber Eats has been under all this, and I've been looking, and there's a lot more of this on Uber Eats. But luckily, we have a story today that, thank God, because I've been wanting to do this, that throws DoorDash under the bus for the same thing that RiCO's looking into. So this is happening now. At the same time this RiCO case is being looked into, and they are gaining evidence by the day, they're still letting it happen. So what is a ghost kitchen? A ghost kitchen is a kitchen that provides food for delivery where there's no physical location. You can't go in and sit down and order. You can't even do pickup. It's really a true ghost kitchen is delivery only. So only delivery companies can go to these ghost kitchens to do the pickup. It's supposed to require a kitchen, to run a kitchen, and you have to go by your state's code. Every state is different, but for the most part, they all require a lot of the same things. So that's a ghost kitchen. So DoorDash, here's an example of a person who got themselves caught running a ghost kitchen that probably would have gone on for a while. The guy's name is John Gott. He started a ghost kitchen where the reason it got brought up was because he was making videos on TikTok that were explaining. He even had videos about where he's talking to, and some of them have been taken down now, where he's talking to the DoorDash representatives And he's saying, okay, so this is all I need. And he's got a recording of them, or had them on these videos. I don't know how many are still up, but where he had them on these videos. And he's saying, listen, so this is all I need. I'm good. And they're like, yep, that's all you need. You're good to go. And here's what he was doing. We've heard about these before, but this is one from this last week. So as soon as he hung up on the video where he's recording with DoorDash, he turned to his wife, and her first response after hearing the conversation with DoorDash was, you don't need like a commercial kitchen or like any sort of license to make food. And he responded, nope, all you need is an LLC. That's what he was told by the DoorDash agent on the video. And that's what DoorDash actually has in there, is that you have an EIN, which is an LLC, or however you want to form your company. But, so what did he do? Okay, so what did he do? So he decided that he wanted to run a ghost kitchen. Okay? Now, was he a chef? Was he like, does he have some cuisine idea? Is he going to get all the licensing and what? I don't, it depends on his state, on what you need. No, what he's going to do is he's going to go to Costco and buy different muffins and rolls and resell them at 150 to 200% the cost that he buys them for. And literally do nothing. He's going to cook nothing. He's going to do nothing. He's going to do nothing. He's just taking them from Costco, bringing them home, repackaging them, and sending them back out. The guy has an LLC, and until he got himself caught, he was operational on the DoorDash platform until last week. His business was called Sugar Rush, and he was selling cinnamon rolls for $6, chocolate muffins for $4, blueberry muffins for $4, cinnamon crunch muffin for $4, and chocolate milks for $2. All of these he was getting just about, if not at half the price, just a little more than half the price he's selling them at. Just operating out of his house and handing it to people that he's repackaging from a packaged package. This gets weird, you guys. So what happens next? So because of one of his videos on TikTok, the one with the DoorDash agent, goes viral, right? Gets a bunch of comments, and then all of a sudden he sees that his store has been temporarily deactivated. So he's like, what's going on? So he goes to TikTok. His video is blown up. There's comments all over. A comment that appeared often in there, and the most liked one that appeared often and was most liked every time it appeared was to the effect of, well, this is actually one of them, but to the effect of this. This is why we don't post everything to social media. So this is basically saying, yes, we know you're doing that. We understand that, and not by DoorDash, but by the community. Dude, we're doing it too, kind of thing. Like, wink, wink. Like, we have a ghost kitchen running out of our kitchen too. Come on. Don't blow the whistle on us. We're not licensed. We're not properly vetted. We have no right to be cooking and selling it, or to be taking something out of a package and reselling it. We've had no, cleanliness factors. We're an LLC, and we have an EIN for tax reasons, but we have not been checked by, literally, they had not been checked by any kind of okay, what do we got here? So the kind of things that I had to make a little list here. So even for the cloud kitchens, these are required in almost every state. A business license, an EIN, which is what DoorDash requires. An EIN, a name, an address, and that's it. That's all you need to start a DoorDash kitchen. So business license, but this is what you really need to have a kitchen in most states. Business license, EIN, certificate of occupancy, like where you're located at, what the occupancy is, food service license, you need to have that. Food handling permit, liquor license if necessary. You need to have regular checks. You're supposed to be vetted. You need to have people coming down there from the city to evaluate your cleanliness, all this kind of stuff. Well, now on DoorDash, and even during this RiCO that's going on with Uber, that is in fact dead directed at DoorDash as much as it is Uber Eats. The only reason that when we say RiCO, it's associated to Uber Eats hard right now is because Uber Eats was the one that they were easily able to attach onto. Of course, they're going to go after the one they can catch it the quickest, because then it's going to be applied to both. But, so these are what cloud kitchens require. DoorDash's website confirms that potential merchants probably need more than what they are listing on the app. That's it. That's it. This is the app that we all trust and work for. And I mean, maybe a lot of us have learned not to trust it too much, but this is the app we work for who they're, even with this RICO going on, they should be cleaning this off their app, and changing that language to make sure you are properly licensed in your state. And guess what, guys? To do all that licensing, there's a way to, once you are licensed as a ghost kitchen or kitchen, to get a sign-off sheet that you are ready to be operational in your articles of incorporation or whatever you're listing. So you know what? This is really weird, because why doesn't DoorDash just say, yeah, we need your EIN, we need your name, we need your location, and we need the verification from the state that you are legal to operate? How hard would that be? I can't go open up a physical restaurant in this town anywhere without needing all of that and signatures to prove that I'm ready to go. And I have to do it in person. This is all done online, and all I need to do is start an LLC. That's $100 to start an LLC. All I need is an LLC, and all I need to do is have an LLC and nothing else. Just my name, my address, and an LLC, and just call it Steve's Kitchen. Look, we knew this used to happen. I did not know it was still happening on this level. And that is crazy to me. And I am super stoked that RICO is getting into this. Because at first I was thinking, God damn, like, why can't these gig apps just do what they need to do legitimately and get a little above the water? This is ridiculous. This is straight up ridiculous. Like, this is embarrassing. I don't know, like, how do you explain this to investors? Because I'm going to make sure the lawmakers I know and other people I know are going to hear all about this. I've been collecting tales and stories and this and that and what drivers are telling me and other things for years. But now I'm putting this in during the RICO case itself. DoorDash, Uber, wake up. Your company nationwide is going to be shut down if you don't start paying attention to this stuff. Driver pay, all that, that's a whole other issue that you're facing, lawsuits and legislation coming in every single state in this country. But you're now still going to sit there and let somebody sell frozen pizzas out of their house at midnight who might not be clean at all, no standards of how their kitchen looks or what? It's no wonder a RICO's coming for you. And actually, you have it coming. And that's 13 minutes of news in just under. Peace.